I would like to welcome everyone to the 2018 Salem-Keizer Public Schools Community Transition Program graduation. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone and also to do some thank yous to individuals and staff that have supported our students and our throughout this school year and years before. I'm Brian Helsebeck. I'm one of two of the coordinators for our 8 community transition programs for Salem-Keizer Public Schools. I do consider it an honor to serve our students and your students, and a pleasure to serve the school district in this manner. I want to also introduce the other coordinator for our CTP programs, which is Melissa Glover, and she's up on stage here with us. A couple thank yous, one to Terry Rose, who is the technical director of Chemeketa Community College Theater Department. Thank you, Terry. Terry's up top here. And also Julie Huckenstein, the president of Chemeketa Community College, for their generous support and for their use of their facility. It goes without saying, I better thank the person who supports me a lot through the school year, which is Ginger Weiler, and she's my administrative assistant. Also with us tonight is David Stewart from Salem-Keizer Public Schools, and he's doing our Spanish translation. So thank you, David, for being here. And I want to thank one of our student businesses, Dawn Flowers, for the beautiful flowers that are prepared here for this evening. So in your brochure, or in your brochure, there is information from CCTV on the presentation of tonight's ceremonies. It's listed in there when the playback times are, and then if you are interested, there's also opportunity to purchase CDs for future memorial. Okay? And those broadcast dates are there, and it's towards the back of your program. So introduce a few people that are up on stage with us this evening. So first of all, on my right, Salem-Keizer Public School Board Director Kathy Goss. Salem-Keizer Public Schools Director of Student Services, Mr. Eric Richards. Salem-Keizer Public Schools Director for Strategic Initiatives, Mrs. Linda Myers. And then also we have in the crowd today Executive Director for Salem-Keizer Education Foundation, Karina Lee, who's off to the right over here. Also up on stage is our guest speaker for this evening. He's one of our community partners, Mr. Micah Sisko. So sometimes our school board members sneak in here, and we try to kind of keep an eye out for them. But I also you won't be able to see him, but Mr. Paul Kylo is here this evening. Thanks for being here, Mr. Kylo. He's up top. So this is one of the most important parts. We have a group of individuals who have been serving our students all year and throughout the years, and that's our Salem-Keizer Public Schools staff. If you are a Salem-Keizer Public School staff member, classified, licensed, please stand. And stay standing. These folks are our heartbeat of our program. They are what makes us tick. They provide lots and lots of support to our children, whether directly or indirectly. We appreciate their efforts and appreciate the services that they provide to our students and families and to the public schools, Salem-Keizer. So students, if you're seated next to one of these fine individuals, do me a favor. Shake their hand, give them a fist pump, give them a hug, but thank them for their service. Thanks, everyone. So off to the left, we have a group of people over here that some of you probably know who they are. You know, I wrote their names down for fear of forgetting their names because sometimes that happens in these kind of events. So I want to just go through and introduce these fine people. First of all, we have Pat Abel from Centennial CTP. Tony Brandt from Chemeketa Community College. Carolyn Vasta from ILP. Kyle Towery from Micah. John Pruitt from downtown CTP. Renee Lorene from downtown CTP. Oh, excuse me, Riverfront CTP. And Zachary Sapp from Riverfront CTP. All right, let's move on with the agenda. So I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Micah Cisco, who's been a community partner to address the graduates and address the audience. Micah.
Welcome, graduates, and if you could, please raise your hand so I can see, because there's so many people out here. Great. Okay, thank you. I will be singling you out. Yes, Joe, you are a graduate. Okay. So what are you going to do? I wanted to start off by asking that question, and I'm sure you've been getting it a lot. From your parents, from your relatives, I'm sure from your teachers. What are you going to do? I remember when I graduated from high school, and I got asked the same thing. And I thought, well, you know what, I'll find a job. I want to move out. Maybe I'll go to college, you know, things like that. But what I didn't understand at the time was that I was looking at that question all wrong. What are you going to do? I had no idea how many times I would have to ask myself that in my life. I still do. I asked it before I walked on this stage. You see, life is all about moments. Moments of triumph and firsts. Learning how to ride a bike, your first day of school, maybe even your first kiss. Moments that you will always look back on, your favorite Christmas, or the fun you and your best friends had together. But there will also be other moments in your life. These moments aren't always fun, and when things may seem the worst. Everyone has those moments, and anyone that truly knows that those are the good ones. It may sound weird, but sometimes the moments that are the hardest, the scariest, the ones that make you cry are the most important. Because those are the moments that make you better. They push you. They challenge you. My dad used to have a saying, "It's good to be pushed off your dirt." And what that meant is, it's good to be challenged, and it's good to be pushed out of your comfort zone and to try new things. My dad passed away almost 6 years ago. That was one of my moments. What are you going to do? Was I sad? Yeah. Devastated? Mm-hmm. But when I stopped crying and I lifted my head up, I simply asked myself, what are you going to do? Because at that moment, my wife was 5 days late with what would be our son. And she needed me, and they needed me. So I pushed through and was by her side. And a few days later, I went from the most pain I had ever felt to the most joy. I was a father. I could have given in that moment, let the sadness win, the pain, the struggle. But if I had, I would not have been as open and ready to the beauty that was the new life in front of me. What are you going to do? So when I ask you this today, I really mean it. Not just in the big picture, but in these tough moments. When you're struggling on that first day of your new job, what are you going to do? When you ask that person out on the date, and if they say no, what are you going to do? The choice is yours, graduates. Embrace and fight to be better or give up. I can't stand here today and ever put myself in any of your shoes. Your fight and your courage to do the things that I take for granted, but it won't stop me from challenging you today. Keep fighting. Keep that fire burning with everything you do, with work, with friendships, every aspect of your life, and never stop asking yourself, what are you going to do? Thank you.
So this year we have a treat for you that hopefully will be an ongoing tradition for us. We have two students, Quincy Howe and Michaela Wiebe. I hope I said that name right. Would you please come up to the podium?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Quincy, and I want to thank this TP2 program for teaching me responsible, being on time, have a good attitude. Working hard, going to community, making friends, getting to know everybody, and now what we have waited for now is this moment now. Now I am going to say this. Class of 2018, I wish you well and keep learning, working hard. Yeah!
Good evening. My name is Michaela Wiebe. I would like to tell you why the transition program was awesome. I learned how to ride the city buses. I learned job skills. I learned how to take care of my body. I made lots of friends, like Quincy. I gained independence. I hope the best for you and keep using those job skills. When I first came to the transition program, I told Tony that I would never work. I found that the right type of work can be fun. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thanks, Michaela.
Thank you.
All right, we're doing that again next year. That's great. And every year after. Okay. I'd like to call up to the podium Karina Lee to give out some scholarships.
Congratulations, class of 2018. It is such an honor and a privilege to be here with you all tonight because my good friend, and I'm so privileged to say my good friend, was John Moe. John Moe, this scholarship honors him. It honors a true champion. Like all of you, John was determined to make this world a better place, and he did. John loved music, loved it. Classical was his favorite, but I got him to listen to Michael Jackson once. I didn't do that again. But his love for music and music education was only surpassed by his deep commitment to further the opportunities and lifetime experiences for students of all abilities. This scholarship is meant to let every one of you know, everyone with great abilities, that there is a champion for you in your entire lifetime. John might be in heaven, but I know he's beating the drums and playing the piano to let you know you've got a cheerleader behind every single one of you. So tonight, we announce 3 scholarships tonight. And so when I call your name, if you'd like to come up on stage, and Mr. Hilzebeck is going to help me with the certificates, and I'm going to hand you a check. So our first recipient of the 2018 John Moe Scholarship in recognition of exemplary personal and academic achievement, earning $250, is Christian Menning. There we go, right there. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Christian's going to do great things. Our second recipient this evening, also in recognition of exemplary personal and academic achievement, earning a $500 scholarship, give it up for Jacoby Eaton. Every year this is incredible, but this year our $1,000 scholarship recipient, I want to prepare each and every one of you that when you meet this human being, you will be forever changed. There is a great candy store in the future of Salem-Keizer. In recognition of exemplary personal and academic achievement and awarded $1,000 from the John Moe Scholarship is Quincy Howe.
All right, as part of tradition, it's time for our slideshow. So we're going to step aside and let that begin. So one of the honors that we get each year is to start off the graduation season for Salem Keizer Public Schools, and we take that very seriously. And so when we start passing out our diplomas to our students who come up here that have worked hard so many years, please just knock it out of the park. Let's give them a great round of applause when they come up and thank them. So we're going to start now, and we're going to go a little bit out of order, and we're going to have John Pruitt come up, and he's going to start with Riverfront CTP, and we'll be over here.
Good evening. I'd like to introduce seniors and graduates from the Riverfront 1 Community Transition Program. You ready? Starting with Andrew Berry. Would now like to introduce Joseph D.
Good job, JoJo.
Next, Alexis Franco. Antonia Johns. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Good job, Tony.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Next, Lindsay Miller. Next, Jessica Nemeth. Okay, I'd like to introduce now the Centennial Community Transition Program. Pat Abell.
Will my handsome gentleman please step forward? Got a slight body lock. I got Tim. Yeah. Tim Letcher. Marco Perez Palomar.
Congratulations.
Pedro Rasplat Jr. Casey Solaris. Ryan Tony. And now here's Tony Brandt from Chemeketa.
Jacoby Eaton. Quincy Howell. Gonzalo Ponce Quinn. Veronica Schreck. Michaela Wiebe. Vitaly Yarrigan. I'd like to introduce Carolyn Vasta with the Independent Living Program.
Thank you.
I would like to introduce Brendan Boyd. Herman Haro. Harrison Giuliano Huntington. Spencer Kelly. Kimberly Ludwig. Christian Minning. Shane Murphy. Jason Ransom. and Kenny Ty. We love you, Kenny Ty. And now I'd like to introduce Kyle Towers with the MICA Transition Program.
I'd like to introduce Alem Jacobson.
I can't do that. Congratulations.
And Dustin Jacobson. And I'd like to introduce Renee Lorraine from the Riverfront program.
JC Becerra. Daniel Stewart. And Tasha Swift. I'd like to introduce Zachary Sapp.
Samantha Berger. Ashley Keep. Ashley Lamoureux. Jake Parrott. Good job. Eileen Ramirez Agurta. Now for closing remarks, Melissa Glover.
So I actually get the best part of the night because I get to tell all of you that I can now introduce class of 2018. Congratulations. We want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for your time tonight. And please enjoy some cake and refreshments outside and give some time to our graduates and tell them how much you appreciate them. Thanks so much.